What's up, guys? Military content video, tips for MEPS. My social media is in the description down below. DonnieKlein_ is my Instagram. Much more likely to respond back to you on there because I'm on there more frequently. Also, please, MEPS, it's kind of like your first stepping stone into the military. You're gonna show up at a hotel and then go to a processing site. But let's start while you're at the hotel. You're gonna check in, they're gonna give you a meal voucher, right? Which you kind of bring to the hotel's bar, and it's probably gonna be something fancy, and you can pick whatever you want off the menu that the meal voucher covers. Hints, tips, and tricks. Number one, if you're already overweight, don't eat something super heavy, all right? Maybe you wanna start dieting beforehand, but if you're close on the weight scale, don't get the biggest bowl of spaghetti you can, because not lying to you, when I went to MEPS, this army guy that was from my hometown, we didn't even plan on going to MEPS together. Chubby guy. And he didn't understand that there was weight standards to actually be processed into the army. I'm not in the army, but he was going in the army. He got done eating the whole spaghetti bowl, and we were talking, we're like, yeah, dude, the weight standard thing's what weight standard? I guess his recruiter didn't tell him about the weight standard. But nonetheless, we went to MEPS tomorrow, he weighed in and didn't pass, and they sent him back home, and then they put him on a time restriction until he can come back to MEPS to actually try to process again. So if you're close on weight, don't eat everything once you get the meal voucher. That's tip numero uno. Tip numero dos. Get a full night's sleep. And if your roommate's up all night on, Skype, telling his buddies like, oh, I'm becoming a real soldier, tell him to lock it up, tell him to put that phone away. You're gonna share a room because your sleep's gonna be so important for the next day. Let me tell you, it is so long, so many things to do. You're getting your blood drawn, you're doing tests, physical exams, back and forth. You're gonna be tired regardless, but if you have a full night's sleep, you're gonna be a lot more suited to take on the day tomorrow. While you're at MEPS, regardless of what a recruiter told you, regardless of what your friend tells you, don't lie. There's waivers for everything, man. I've had multiple shoulder injuries. I don't know if you can see the scars. There's a light. But I had to get tons of waivers, right? I was disqualified from the military. Told you guys that. I had to go to my surgeon, have them write a note. I had to go to my physical therapist, tell them, make them say, hey, look at me, range of motion. I'm lifting up weights, doing pull-ups. I'm like, look, I'm good. So they signed it off, submitted the paperwork, and then I went back to the MEPS. Don't lie, because if you get in under a false enlistment and they find out, you will get in trouble. You will get in a lot of trouble. It is so much better to just tell the truth and do the extra paperwork then get hit with a false enlistment. So this is from more of a medical standpoint, but you want to hydrate a lot, and I mean a lot. They're gonna be drawing your blood, and as you guys know, National Certified Phlebotomist here. Woo! It's a lot easier to hit your veins if you're hydrated, especially if you're already a small person. Your veins are gonna be smaller. A lot of times people could miss, and it's not their fault. Don't complain, oh, this guy MEPS suck, he missed my vein. We miss all the time, dude, all right? It happens, not all the time, but it happens. And it doesn't happen as often if you're hydrated. So be hydrated so they can draw your blood. Also, you don't wanna be that guy who's pacing around the room for like an hour trying to go pee, because you're also gonna have a urinalysis. When you do the urinalysis, everyone's gonna be in rows, they're gonna hand you cups, you're gonna be like, who can pee right now? Some people raise their hand, they go pee, and then as soon as you get to pee, you get to go on your next step, which means you get to leave earlier, and it's a really long process that you wanna just get done. If you can't pee, you're gonna pace around in a room, and every time you make a lap, there's a water fountain right here, you're gonna take a drink, do a lap. Take a drink, do a lap. Same thing for boot camp, once you get into boot camp, but this happened at MEPS. So the more you're hydrated, the more you're gonna be able to frequently pee throughout the day. Even if you're extremely hydrated, even if you don't feel like you have to pee, and you whip it out, you could probably go pee. Most likely. Last and final tips for once you're done with MEPS. Don't go on Facebook posting you're officially a sailor, officially a Marine, officially a soldier, officially an airman. You are enlisted, which means you have a contract to attend boot camp. It's completely different. Not that I really care, but it's not, say that once you pass boot camp, all right? You don't want to be that guy that's posting all over his status like, oh, I'm a SEAL now. I'm a Ranger. I'm a recon Marine. I went to MEPS. You haven't earned anything yet, but you will in the future. Wait till you get there. Just say, hey, I'm a DEP pulley for a blank program. I'm in the Navy DEP pool. Blah 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 blah. Make your parents proud that way. I don't know, man. Hope this helped you guys. If you could leave a like, I'd appreciate it. Instagram links in the description below, and I'll see you.